said you should come back to your root, I didn't mean that you should travel from far to come down to Africa to come and start residing, because doing that is cost effective. It's going to drain your resources. Maybe you can make out time to be coming back once a year or twice a year. It all depends on your financial capabilities. What I mean by getting back to your roots is try to connect with your ancestral deities. You see, your ancestral deities, there are forces that you can toy with. Some of you feel like when you're staying abroad that you can maybe there, you don't think that your ancestral deities are aware of your dealings there. They are aware. And let me tell you, you are like on a loan transfer. You are like a football player, that is on a loan transfer. That doesn't mean that you have been forgotten. Your ancestral forces are aware of your dealings there. In fact, if you're making any wealth from that environment, you're supposed to come back hometown and say thank you to them. And how can you do this? Have a spiritual altar in Africa that speaks for you. And that is why we spiritualists are here. We're playing that role of interceding between humans and spirits. So we understand the language of the spirit, we understand the patterns of the spirit. And that is a gift that we're given as spiritualists. So having a spiritualist that speaks for you, or having an altar that speaks for you, will help you in the long run. Let me tell you something about spirituality. There are some people that are carrying karmic debts. You might be making money, you might be enjoying wealth, you might be in a very comfortable zone, but you are not having peace of mind. And what is peace of mind? Peace of mind is not comfort. Like you are enjoying the luxuries of life. That's not comfort. Comfort is within you. Nothing is taxing you inside of you. And that is the best thing you can do as an African. You know, when you are settling for the spiritual depths, doing your normal sacrifices and all that, it makes you to not have any impending danger, not be involved in any impending danger. It saves you from any unforeseen circumstances. You've had the cases of people dying in air crash, where people are involved in a ghastly motor accident, where people are involved in fire outbreaks. You've had incidents where people die during childbearing. You have incidents where people die after making love to their partner. They die on that process. You have incidences where people left their houses and they didn't come back alive. These are all unforeseen circumstances, and venerating your ancestral forces can prevent you from being a victim of these unforeseen circumstances, because you will say that you know that nothing will happen because of the environment you find yourself in. You feel like a government have provided everything that is necessary to make the life to be very comfortable. But I'm telling you the basic facts, speaking from fact, based on the things that I've garnered and the experiences I've seen and the kind of interactions I have with people. There are people that are finding it way difficult to understand what is going on with them. And let me tell you the basic truth about these ancestral forces. As long as you have that African blood in you, you have an African DNA, you still have to return back here. No matter how many years, some of you were born outside Africa, some of you were born in the Caribbean, some of you were born in Europe, some of you have never stepped your foot on African soil, but that doesn't mean anything. All you need is as long as you have family members here, or maybe your parents gave birth to you and then returned back to Nigeria. Some of you, your parents gave birth to you and returned back to Africa. You must find a way to connect with them, even if it's you are traveling once in 5 years or once in 3 years, depending on how readily available you want to do that travel. All I'm emphasizing on is find a spiritual leader or spiritual mentor that intercedes on your behalf. And how is it done? The person makes sure he mentions your name anytime they are anytime he or she is doing incantation, because it goes a long way. And it's only a spiritual leader or mentor that knows how to intercede between humans and spirits. You cannot understand this because it's not your field. Let me give you, for instance, there's a woman that contacted me recently. She's staying abroad, and she, even though I know abroad there they have the the highest international standard equipment for uh, child uh, delivery, but then she's having this bad dream, seeing herself in the graveyard. And not only her, we have siblings that also, one of her siblings also contacted me and told me that they're seeing their sister, like after this birth, she might give up the ghost. So when I did my Alpha consultation, I discovered that it's true, that she's owing a karmic debt. She made an oath of life in her past life that she's not going to stay more than a certain age. And that thing was about to come into fruition. Because I intervened, we have to cancel it. That's how we did it. We cancelled it. And how many years now? This is like 3 years down the line, and nothing has happened. And we shows that by the grace of God Almighty, that she's going to live as long as she will live on this earth and enjoy the fruits of her labor. And that's what is most important. So for those of you that think that is a child's play, until you get yourself involved in that trap, or that in that situation whereby you're looking for how to run to find any seer or any spiritualist to come to your aid. So please, if you're watching this video for the first time, kindly subscribe to my channel, and please turn on your notification bell so that anytime I post a new video, you'll be updated. These videos are also posted on TikTok and also on Facebook. So if you are my follower on Facebook, thank you so much. But if you have not followed me on Facebook or on TikTok, please follow me there and like and share this particular video so that it can also go viral to people that haven't watched it. And like I stated, to end this video, I don't want this video to be long. If you're an African living in the diaspora, please endeavor to find an altar that can stand for you spiritually. And that is the work of a spiritualist, to intercede. And that person will be interceding on your behalf until the time you have the time and space to come to your home state and align with your ancestral and spiritual forces here in Africa, because it's very, very important. It is something that you should not toy with. Thank you for stopping by. Yagazie.